Good evening, friends. Thank you for joining us. Tonight we're going to break Compline, but before we do, we take a moment to continue on in our reading of Ecclesiasticus. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for praying with us. Thank you for reading it with us as we read tonight. And after this live, we will do Compline. So when this goes away, don't go away. Stick around for the second live. As we read tonight. Okay, so, friends, Ecclesiasticus, also known as the Book of Sirach, also known as the Wisdom of Ben Sira. Here we are. Here's the big picture. And we are in chapter 24. We'll be resuming our reading at verse 8 of chapter 24. So here we are. This chapter, more or less, almost right in the middle of the book, stands on its own between two significant pieces of collected teachings. And this one chapter focuses on the connection between wisdom and Torah, God's instruction and God's wisdom. Good evening, Susan. Pull our timer up. Let's read. And you will see as we read that I will be reading from the left-hand column, which is the Common English Bible. And in the right-hand column, the text is found in the New Revised Standard Version. Updated edition is there for comparison. I may occasionally make reference to it and make comparisons between it. I may also just let it stand over there on its own and not really pay much attention to it. It's there in case it's needed. And of course, you can always take note of it too as you listen to what I'm reading. And I said, verse 8. So, let's scroll on down to verse 8. And let's read. Then the Creator of all things gave me a command. The one who created me pitched my tent and said, make your dwelling in Jacob, and let Israel receive your inheritance. Before the ages, from the beginning, he created me. And till eternity, I will never fail. I ministered before him in the holy tent, and so I was established in Zion. In the same way, he made the dearly beloved city my resting place, and established my authority in Jerusalem. I took root in a glorified people, Among the people the Lord chose for his inheritance. Just point out, this is Lady Wisdom talking right here. Verse 13. I rose high like a cedar in Lebanon, like a cypress on Mount Hermon. I rose high like a palm in En-gedi, and like rose bushes in Jericho, like a fair olive tree in a field. I rose high like a plane tree, like cinnamon and camel's thorn used for spices. I gave off a fine aroma. Like choice myrrh, I spread forth my fragrance, like galbanum, onycha, and stacte, and like the smell of frankincense in the tent. Like a terebinth oak, I spread out my branches, and my branches were glorious and graceful. Gracious favor was the leaf that I put forth like a vine, and honor and wealth were the fruit that my bosoms bore, or blossoms bore. Come to me, you who desire me, and take your fill of my produce. Calling me to mind is sweeter than honey, and possessing me is better than a dripping honeycomb. Those who eat of me will hunger for more, and those who drink of me will thirst for more. Whoever obeys me won't be ashamed, and those who work with me won't sin. All these things are in the covenant scroll of the Most High God, the law that Moses commanded us, the inheritance of the congregations of Jacob. God supplies wisdom comparable to the fullness of the Pishon River, even like the Tigris River in the springtime. God provides understanding as deep as the Euphrates, or like the Jordan at the time of the harvest. God pours forth understanding like light, as he does the Gihon spring at the time of the grape harvest. The first human didn't know wisdom completely, and so the last won't probe her fully. Her thoughts are more plentiful than the sea. Her counsel is deeper than the great abyss. Like a canal from a river, like an irrigation channel, I went out into a garden. I said, I'll water my garden and I'll drench my flower bed. And look, the canal turned into a river for me, and my river turned into a sea. I'll continue to make instruction shine forth like the dawn, and I'll make things clear to those who are far off. I'll continue to pour out teaching like prophecy, and I'll leave it behind for future generations. See, I've not labored for myself alone, but for all those who seek her. Chapter 25. Okay. Chapter 25. So here we go into a next section of collected teachings. Ah, whoa, hello. How did I do that? There we go. Collected teachings, more collected teachings. Oh, I can focus in more on that. This is chapters 25 through 43. So again, this is a section that we're going to be with for a while. And oh, yeah. The son of Sirach, sorry, holds neither women nor slaves in great value, as we will see. Which is ironic, given the fact that this is, again, one of those wisdom books that refers to Lady Wisdom, deeply connected to God. Chapter 25. My whole being takes pleasure in three things, and these are beautiful to the Lord and to human beings: harmony among brothers and sisters, friendship among neighbors, and a wife and husband who adapt to each other. My whole being despises three types of persons, and I am angered by the way they live: an arrogant person, a rich liar, an old adulterer who never learns. If you have gathered nothing in your youth, how then will you find anything in your old age? How beautiful is sound judgment in gray-haired women, and finding good advice in elderly men. How beautiful is wisdom in the aged, and thought and counsel in those who are respectable. Experience is the crown of the aged, and respecting the Lord is their claim to fame. In my heart, I would consider 9 conditions to be happy, and I'll name a 10th with my tongue: people who are made glad by their children, and who live to see the downfall of their enemies. Happy are those who live with sensible wives, who don't slip with their tongue, and who haven't been a servant to one inferior to themselves. Happy is the one who has gained good sense, and who is passing this along to listening ears. How great is one who finds wisdom, but no one does better than the one who fears the Lord. Fear of the Lord surpasses everything. Those who possess it are incomparable. We're going to pause there, friends. And next time we'll pick up at verse 13. And yes, verse 12 is not there. So obviously, from what we've seen other places, verse 12 is something that the translators of both of these translations of this book of Ecclesiasticus, aka Sirach, aka Ben Sira, have decided is not, in their opinion, authentic to the original text, and thus not included. Chapter 25, verse 13, that's where we'll pick up next time that we pick up Ecclesiasticus. 25, 13. Thank you for reading us with us, friends, and in a moment, not long after this live closes, look for the next one, the second one of the evening, and we'll pray Compline together. I hope you can stick around for that. Peace.